So everyone's talking about agentic AI, right? These systems that can actually do things on their own. But if you're a business leader, you're probably asking a much more practical question. How in the world do we scale this safely, especially for the big, important decisions that, run the company? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down.
This really gets to the core of it. We're not talking about hype here. Scaling agentic AI is all about control, compliance, and speed. You have to bake those things right into your core operations. Honestly, for any serious enterprise AI, those three things, they're totally non-negotiable.
All right, so let's dive right into the big dilemma here. We've all got this incredibly powerful new tool, the large language model. But here's the catch. If you use it for the wrong job, you could be taking on a massive amount of risk. And this is the question every CIO, every COO, every head of risk should be asking. Are you really going to hand over something as critical as loan origination or claims processing to a technology that's fundamentally designed to be a little bit random?
And this really shows you the basic mismatch, right? The thing that makes an LLM so amazing, its creativity, its ability to riff on things, that becomes a bug, not a feature, in a highly regulated business process. I mean, think about it. You don't want creative variation when you're processing an insurance claim. You need rock-solid, absolute consistency.
So let's break down these challenges. First, they're inconsistent by design. That's how they work. Second, they're total black boxes. Good luck explaining to an auditor why I made a certain decision. Third, they're slow to change. A new regulation comes out, you might be looking at a major retraining effort. And finally, they're just not great with the structured historical data you need for serious risk modeling. For the decisions that really matter, these are absolute deal breakers.
Okay, so if LLMs aren't the right tool for that core decision, then what is? Well, the answer is actually a technology that's mature, it's proven, and it was literally built for this exact problem.
We're talking about a decision platform. It's just the right tool for the job. It's the opposite of a black box. It's a system where your own business experts, the people who actually know the rules, can define, manage, and audit the precise logic that runs your business. And this brings us to the number one most important requirement: consistency. Guaranteed. It means the first customer of the day and the 1,000th customer get the exact same decision for the exact same inputs, every single time. This isn't just, good business. It's absolutely essential for fairness and for compliance.
Now, this doesn't mean we throw LLMs out the window. Not at all. The real solution is to build a kind of specialized AI team, where every single component gets to play to its unique strengths. Let's take a look at how this team comes together.
Okay, so at the very center of this team, you've got the decision platform. I want you to think of it as the judge. Its job is to hear all the evidence, apply the letter of the law, which are your business rules, and then make the final, transparent, and completely auditable call.
But of course, the judge needs testimony from experts, right? And that's where your machine learning models come in. They are the expert witnesses. They've analyzed tons of historical data, and they show up to provide crucial, real-time insights, things like a fraud risk score or a credit score that help inform the final decision.
So finally, where do the LLMs fit in this courtroom? Well, they're the clerk and the communicator. They are absolutely brilliant at two things. First, ingesting all the unstructured stuff, like reading a document. And second, taking that very structured, logical decision from the judge and translating it into a simple, plain language explanation for the customer.
Let's make this super concrete. Imagine you want to approve a boat loan in 30 seconds. Here's how it works. Step 1. An LLM reads all the application docs. Step 2. A decision agent instantly checks all the basic eligibility rules. Step 3. Another agent calls out to the ML models to get the fraud and credit risk scores. Step 4. The decision platform, our judge, makes that final auditable approve or deny decision. And then Step 5, the LLM takes that decision log and generates a perfectly clear explanation letter for the applicant. It's fast, it's safe, and it's 100% explainable.
So what does this all mean for the business? What are the actual outcomes? Well, we boil it down to what we call the 5 C pillars. First, you get consistency. Same input, same decision. Guaranteed. Second, you get clarity, a full, transparent audit trail that regulators will love. Third is changeability. You can update rules in hours, not months. Fourth, collaboration. Your business experts can now work hand-in-hand with IT to write the rules. And finally, you get better conversion and lower cost, because higher precision just naturally drives better outcomes.
But look, a system that just sits there isn't good enough, right? The final critical piece of this puzzle is building a framework so your AI can actually get smarter over time, but, and this is a big but, always within a safe and completely governed process.
So how does that work? Well, this framework has a few parts. You can do things like champion challenger, which is basically A/B testing new rules safely on your live traffic. Of course, you'll have your data scientists periodically refreshing the ML models with new data. And, what's really crucial, you establish a feedback loop to look at the long-term results. Months later. You can ask, were those loans actually profitable? And then use that data to make the whole system even better.
So here's the bottom line. You do not have to choose between innovating with AI and maintaining business control. It's not an either-or. By putting together the right AI team, the right components for the right jobs, you can build decision agents that are safe, completely explainable, and ready to start driving real revenue fast. So, if you're ready to start scaling your AI the right way, the next step couldn't be simpler. Let's just talk. Book a 30-minute discovery call with our team, and we can start scoping out a pilot for one of your most critical business decisions.